Hi everyone, my name is Stormi the Folf.
And now for something completely different. Hey you potatoes, so in case you haven't noticed, I'm animated. At least for this part anyway. I thought I would do something different for this week's video because I'm getting kind of burned out lately and I really need to clean my fursuit, so I thought, you know what, why don't I animate myself for this video? And because Christmas and just the holidays in general just don't make me happy like they used to, I thought I would make a Christmas themed Fursona. So yeah, I don't exactly have the best creativity when it comes to making up characters, OCs, or Fursonas, so if you're expecting like this god tier Fursona with impeccable qualities and design traits, this ain't the video for you. But if you came here for silliness and to hear me ramble, keep watching. So first I had to decide on a species I wanted to use, and I thought, well, there's already so many reindeers, and I kind of want to like make a new story for this persona, so I thought, why don't I take a cheetah and a reindeer and just smush them together? I mean, not literally because that would be terrible, but just like make a persona that's a mishmash of a reindeer and a cheetah. I ran into a few problems with this idea. I can only draw canines and red pandas. I cannot draw cats or felines, and I'm pretty sure a cheetah is a feline. I also cannot draw reindeers or caribous, deers, all the other animals that apparently only live in Canada. Basically, your boy can only draw canines for the most part, and drawing a cheetah, let alone a reindeer, mashed together, proved to be quite a challenge. I made so many doodles of a cheetah over these last few days, and I barely spent any time trying to draw a reindeer because I just thought it was a lost cause. So I said, you know what, screw it, I am just going to do this on a whim and hope it turns out okay. And you'll find out in a second how it turned out. So I settled on a reindeer and a cheetah hybrid because when I think of reindeers, I think of Christmas and, you know, how that fat red dude is always delivering presents, and he relies on the reindeers to help him speed things along. So I'm thinking like, in a distant future, something terrible happens to Santa Claus, and a new hero has to step up. If you've ever seen the Santa Claus movie where Tim Allen has to become the new Santa, I kind of ripped off this idea to where instead of it's Tim Allen, it's a cheetah that somehow has to take over the process. And I stuck with the cheetah because cheetahs are really fast, and if you're going to deliver a bunch of presents overnight to the entire globe, you need to be fast. And I figure, you know, cheetah is like the fastest land animal. I was originally going to stick with some kind of canine, but I feel like it's just been so overdone at this point. I really needed a new challenge when it comes to drawing different types of species and not just canines constantly. I can draw canine personas all day long, but when it comes to other species, especially cheetahs and other felines, I am a big epic fail in that department, so yeah. So after I settled on the whole cheetah/reindeer hybrid idea, I began drawing several sketches. Like this first design, I honestly don't know what I was thinking. I kind of like the whole undercut mohawk idea, and I stuck with candy cane antlers for a very specific reason that you'll find out later. You could see the spikes along the muzzle. These are for aerodynamics because if we're gonna deliver presents at lightning speed, we need to have some good aerodynamics. I can't think of the words! I'm not really happy with this toothy grin right here. I just feel like it makes the persona a little too scary. Why I did that? But looking at this second sketch, I'm a little happier with this one, and you can see where I added some new markings along the left and right side of the muzzle. Again, the spikes sticking out from the left and right side of the muzzle, probably using the wrong word. Again, that's just for aerodynamics and slicing through the enemies of Krampus or something, I don't know. And you got the antlers, which I forgot to mark with the candy cane markings. Now for this third sketch, I went for a 3/4 view, I think that's what it's called. And I'm a lot happier with how this one looks minus the chin, because that's an awfully round chin for a cheetah. But this is a hybrid. The rules of physics and design and physical traits don't always have to apply. And again, it's a persona. I can do what I want, gosh darn it. I'm a lot happier with how the antlers turned out on this design. Again, I didn't add the candy cane markings, just pretend that they're there. I'm also a lot happier with how I drew the mohawk on this design, as well as the eyes, and you can see I added a little collar with a bell at the bottom. So it's starting to come together. I was trying to do a feral sketch of this Fursona, and I ultimately gave up and failed because I have no idea how to draw a cheetah running, and I was using various references to try to pull this off, but I just got frustrated and gave up in the short term, but I will try to do this again in the future. And now we have reached Doomsday, aka me trying to outline a Fursona in Photoshop. It is a complete disaster. I need a tablet really badly. I am much better with traditional art, aka pencil and paper, than I am with figuring out how to use the bloody pen tool. It's just, this could be worse. I'm not particularly happy with how this turned out, but you know, for my first time drawing a cheetah and a reindeer, let alone a hybrid of both, this isn't terrible. At least for me, it's not terrible. This is my own art. I am allowed to critique it as much as I want. I'm sure I could do a lot better if I do more full body sketches of this Fursona and spend a few days figuring out how to use the pen tool. Also, before I continue, I named this lovely being Ren Noel. Ren is, I believe, the prefix for reindeer in Turkish, and Turkey is the country that Santa Claus supposedly originated from, so I figure that would be fitting. And I gave it the last name Noel because it's a Christmas word. I'm terrible at names. Somebody please help me. So now I want to talk about the physical design aspects of this boyo. Let's start from the top, literally. The candy cane thrusters. Santa's gotta be pretty heckin' fast to deliver all those presents all over the world overnight, right? No regular reindeer is going to be able to achieve such a feat, so I gave this cheetah reindeer hybrid thingamabob some candy cane thrusters, which will allow them to travel faster than the speed of light because it's powered by the blood of their enemies. Nah, it's actually powered by eggnog, so If you look all around the Fursona, you'll see a star, some yellow lights, and a bunch of Christmas lights. This is mostly just for aesthetic. As a Christmas soda, you gotta have some Christmas features and physical traits on them. That means Christmas lights and golden stars and wrapping paper and a green bow. And you can see the little orange lights I added to the left and right side of the muzzle. That's part of the landing gear that I haven't designed yet. Basically, just imagine hazard lights like you'd find on a car that you activate whenever you're having to park in a really busy area, like you're having a pullover because your tire blew out or something. I don't know. I thought this would be a neat little design thing. I need sleep. And I gave him a collar with a little bell on it because I thought that would be cute. And what the heck is the deal with those hooves? Well, those two toes on each side are made of tungsten, which is apparently the hardest metal you'll find in nature, or one of the hardest. I opted for metal hooves because if you're going to be going that hecking fast, you need to be able to stop reliably and not have your hooves catch on fire. And I thought maybe this would be a good idea because metal usually doesn't catch on fire. I am not a scientist. I'm pretty sure someone out there will probably tell me, this is wrong, you're wrong, stop spreading false information. And to that I say, I am not a scientist, I am a potato. So, this whole video was just really silly and just I'm burned out and I wanted to do like a funny video this week. I wanted to try my animation skills. If y'all enjoyed this, definitely give it a like, maybe subscribe, bing that bell so YouTube actually notifies my subscribers for once. Let me know if I should do more animation stuff like this in the future. I do plan on continuing the story from Orangi, and I thought maybe I could incorporate Orangi and Ren Noel together in their own little timeline, maybe make them canon or something. I might do another animation next week, or I may do a totally different video. It just depends on how I feel, so yeah. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Anyway, I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye!